Hello everyone, this is the DavCo learning module. This is the project that's going to run through our whole semester. We're going to try to get started right away and be working on various aspects of this company's financial information really from here until the end of the semester. So to do that, first of all, we need to set DavCo in a accounting system. So if you've had accounting 215 or currently, you should have had some background on QuickBooks Online. That how to sign up for that is right here at this link. This will tell you how to sign up for that and how to go about getting registered if you are not already or it has expired. In theory, you can do it again. I don't know if you may have to use a different email or something if your original one has expired. But if it can't get QuickBooks Online, and you can use any accounting software that you would like. So if you have access in some other way, you're certainly welcome to use that as well. This is a free Wave is another way to get, and you can sign it up. It's really works off of your Gmail account. You have to give them very little information in terms of things. The thing to remember if you use this is it's free, so they have to try to make money somewhere. So they're going to send you ads and things like that. You'll have to click through them and just ignore that as you go through it. You're gonna, once you get your company set up, you're going to be using the accounting module, not the invoicing module, not some of the other modules, and then you're going to probably just use transactions and make journal entries. And then it will keep track of those and help you prepare, produce financial statements. Now, the financial statements as produced by either Wave Accounting or QuickBooks Online are not going to be sufficient. We're going to have to export those into Excel like we learned in our accounting 215 class, and make them presentable, make them look professional, because the output in either one of the softwares is not what would be considered professional in that regard. So that is your first step, is identify how you're going to keep track of those, and then in this Word document is all of the information from the setup, which is step 1, and some basic entries, and then step 2, we're going to do 6 months at a time. We're going to summarize the entries, you might say. So rather than having to do payroll every 2 weeks, having to do all kinds of purchases and sales, we're going to kind of summarize them so we can get the feel for what it would be like without having to enter data for dozens and dozens, hundreds of thousands of transactions. So we're going to summarize it in 6-month chunks or steps. So we're going to do the accounting for 2 years so that we can have comparative financials, 2020 compared to 2021. We want to put those side by side because that's how most companies show their information and get a feel. Now, the first year, chances are we're not going to make much money. We may even have a significant loss, and that's to be expected when we're a startup, because it's hard to get enough sales to cover the costs as you have low volume in sales. But hopefully by year 2 we'll be able to be profitable and successful. So that's where we're headed. We're going to create a compilation report, and we're going to make this pretty and professional and ready to submit to the Dropbox. So as you do each step, and one of the reasons why we broke this down in pieces, I want you to understand the final result, but also breaking it down in 6 months is we can check ourselves as we go along. Now, what I'm going to do is provide that when you put the journal entries, there's different drop boxes that you can submit your journal entries along the way, and I've kind of made them do to keep us on track to make sure we get this done in time. But as you do so, you'll be able to see my trial balance, at least the one as I had done it. Now, I won't say that it's the absolute right answer or anything, but because there's some different ways that you can choose to produce some of the pieces of these financial statements. There are choices to be made, and I won't say that there's a right or wrong choice in some of those areas, but it would give you some good kind of a checking point to make sure you're not forgetting something or not considering something, and be able to, that as by the time you've done that multiple times, you'll be able to have the appropriate financial statements. And of course, like any accounting, you can always go back and fix things. That's the whole wonderful thing about flexibility, is that before you pull it all together, you can make corrections to the financial statements so that they show the things and tell the story that we want to tell, or at least that is truly what's happened with the company. It may not be quite as what we'd like, but it's going to be what happened, at least in the most fair way that we can produce it.